Hi, it's Crystal with Bridge Relationship Coach, and my mission is to empower and motivate couples to connect more deeply using nature as an inspiration and guide. And today what I want to talk to you about is the idea of self-care, because it's something that comes up with couples and individuals that I see on a fairly regular basis, and that if they take time to look after themselves, they often feel quite guilty. So I've come away this weekend, for example, to a day spa, and it's not something I would normally do. And to be honest with you, I've really enjoyed it. It's been relaxing, but I can't help but think I should be doing more work, or I should be doing something else more productive. There's something that feels really self-indulgent about it, and I have to stop myself and say, actually, I love my job, I work really hard, and that actually it's okay sometimes to take some time away and recharge the batteries. So it's thinking about, what sort of signs do you need to look out for that would say to you that you perhaps need to think about paying a bit more attention to yourself. So are you, for example, finding that you and your partner are arguing more, that you're feeling a bit less patient, a bit snappy, and do you feel like there's, some passion gone, that you just don't feel very motivated? So they're all signs that perhaps you need to pay attention to that. And if you think about, the benefits to your relationship, yes, it brings up all sorts of feelings of guilt, particularly those of you who have children. You might be thinking, self-care, what's that? Don't have any time to ourselves, and quite rightly you put your children first most of the time, or all of the time. But if you think about what it means to recharge, actually it's about making sure that you're feeling at your best so that you can actually be there for your partner and your relationship or your family in the best possible way. So if you think about nature and how nature takes care of that, animals, if you've got dogs or cats, they're all just, if there's a loud noise, or if they just feel like they need some time on their own, they'll just remove themselves and go and sit in a quiet corner somewhere, and they don't have any filter about that. They don't mind, they'll just go and do that. And if you think about plants, for example, they're great at self-preservation and self-protection. So if you think about a cactus, it's covered in spines so that it reduces its own surface area by not having leaves, and so it loses less water in the desert, and also the spines protect it against being eaten by predators. Or if you think about a rose, it's got thorns on it, so that obviously is a self-preservation and protection. So it's all around us in nature. It's nature's way of drawing boundaries and ensuring survival. And if you think about when you go on holiday and you're on the aeroplane and the air steward or stewardess gives you the safety procedures and says to you, if suddenly the cabin pressure drops, the oxygen masks will lower themselves from the ceiling, and you're supposed to attend to your own mask before you try and help anybody else with theirs. And that makes complete sense, because if you think about what it's saying that if you faint, you're no good to anybody else. And apply that to everyday life. If you burn out, or you're so stressed that you're arguing all the time, or you're snappy, or you're just feeling like you don't have the patience or tolerance for your partner, then you're not doing either you or them the best service, and you're not being as fully in the relationship as you could be. So it's completely natural, and because we're nature ourselves as well. So if you look at examples from nature preserving itself, we're nature ourselves, so why would we not do that? It makes complete sense to do it. And, whatever it is for you that you feel that you need for self-care will just be completely individual. Some people have paid so little attention to themselves that actually they forget what it is that they used to do for fun or to recharge, before they had children or before they got into their relationship and or their work, So it's thinking about, for you, what would self-care mean? So for some people it's a spa day. For some people it means going for a walk in nature. I know for me, to recharge, I like to go for a run or just to sit in nature. Is it to take that novel that you keep trying to start and don't have time to finish and just going away for a couple of hours to a cafe, or just sit under a tree and read that? Is it doing something creative, making something, baking a cake? It doesn't really matter, but as long as you're doing something that stimulates you so that you can just revive yourself, really. So that's what I want to leave you with. And the other thing is just thinking about, in nature as well, different plants have different ways of preserving themselves, and their care instructions are very different too. So the needs of a cactus are very different from the needs of a rose. So It will need different amounts of light, different type of soil, different placement in the house if you have a cactus. At home, it will need its proximity to other plants will be different as well. So some plants thrive when they are surrounded by other plants, and other plants actually need more solitary, a more solitary environment for them to thrive. So just think about, for you, if you were a plant in a garden centre and somebody was going to come and choose you and look at your self-care label or your care label, what would it say? So for you, what self-care measures do you need to thrive? So that's what I want to leave you with. I want you to think about what ways can you identify that you need to maybe pay a bit more attention to yourself, and being able to identify that. And also, you know, what do you need to do to recharge? So by doing that, you can actually be more fully present in your relationship, feel a bit calmer, and actually feel that you do have that space to reconnect and actually spend time with other people, put other people first when you need to. But sometimes it's really important to be selfish and put yourself first to enable you to do that. So I hope that's been helpful. And if you want more information, please just look on my website, crystalwoodbridge.com. On there you can sign up for my newsletter, you can sign up for my free e-course for couples called the 4 Seasons Relationship Course. There's a communication guide and loads more information. There's my Facebook page as well, Crystal Woodbridge Relationship Coach, and follow me on Twitter at Crystal Coach. So there's loads of information there. I really look forward to seeing you online soon. Bye for now.